The first, coming to first question. There are 5 boys in a certain school. Their names are Ram, Shyam, Ashok, John, and Charit. Each of them represents the school in one of the following sports: cricket, table tennis, basketball, lawn tennis, and football. Their ages are 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 in any order. Okay. Their coaches are Mr. Peter, Raju, Nehra, Ja, and Abdul, not necessarily in the same order. And we are given with some of additional information to solve this. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Their ages will be 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Fine. Now, the following information is also known. Shyam plays football. Shyam plays football. Okay. Neither Mr. Raju nor Mr. Nehra is his coach. So neither Mr. Raju nor Mr. Nehra is his coach. Fine. John is neither the oldest nor the youngest. Okay, we'll come to this later. Okay. He plays lawn tennis. John plays lawn tennis. Sorry. Ram's coach is Mr. Jha. Ram's coach is Mr. Jha. Okay. The 13-year-old boy plays cricket. Okay, we'll come to this later. Ashok's age is average of those of Shyam and John. So we'll come to this later. The youngest boy plays table tennis. Okay. Charit plays basketball. Charit plays basketball. We'll come to this later. Mr. Peter and Mr. Raju are coach for football and cricket. These are for football or cricket. We don't know. Okay. Peter is for which game and Raju is for which game? Sorry, cricket. Not necessarily in that order. Okay. The second oldest boy plays lawn tennis. So second oldest. He's second oldest. Plays lawn tennis. Who is playing lawn tennis? John. So I can say that John is the second oldest. So the age of John is 14 years and is not coached by Mr. Nehra. And is not coached by Mr. Nehra. Okay. Now who is playing football? Shyam is playing football. Okay. So who can be Shyam's coach? Either Abdul or Peter. And he is playing football. And it is given that one among Peter and Raj, okay, is a coach for football and the other person is coach of cricket. Okay. So I can say that Abdul cannot be coach of football because it is given that Mr. Peter and Mr. Raju are the coach for football and cricket, not necessarily in that order. So the coach for football should be one among Peter and Raju. Okay, so I can say it cannot be Abdul. So the only option left here is Peter. So the coach for football is Peter. Okay, and the coach for cricket is Raju. Clear? Now Ram's coach is Ja and he is not Raj. Okay, so I can say that Ram cannot play cricket. Yes. Now Ram can only play table tennis and Ashok can only play cricket. Yes. So who is Ashok's coach? Ashok's coach should be Raj because Ashok is playing cricket. Yes. Now, yeah. Who can be John's coach? John's coach can only be Abdul. Yes. And Nehra can be a coach for Sharif. So this completes our table, the relationship between the person, the boy, okay, the game he is playing and his coach. Now, okay, now let us look at these things. John is neither the oldest nor the youngest. Okay, John is second oldest. Okay, now the 13-year-old boy plays cricket. So who is playing cricket? Ashok. So this should be Ashok. Clear? Ashok's age is average of Shyam and John. Yes. So Ashok's age is 13. So average of Shyam and John. Shyam plus John by 2 should be equal to 13. Okay, so Shyam plus John should be equal to 26. 2 into 13 should be equal to 26. So we know John's age. We know John's age. John's age is 14. So I can say that Shyam's age will be 12. Shyam's age will be equal to 12. So this is Shyam. Clear? Now the youngest boy plays table tennis. Who is the youngest boy? Then Ram. Ram should be the youngest boy. Okay. So the oldest boy should be Charit. So now we have the boys. Okay, their ages, the game they play, and their coaches. Now we look at the questions. What is the age of John? John is 14 years old. Which boy is coached by Abdul? Abdul coached John. Who is the coach of second youngest boy? Second youngest boy is, Shyam. Shyam's coach is, no. Now Shyam is playing football and his coach is Peter. For which sport is Mr. Nehra the coach? Nehra is coach for Charit and he is playing basketball. So it should be basketball. What is the difference in age between the boy who plays football? Who is playing football? Shyam. So difference between Shyam and the boy whose coach is Mr. Raja. Mr. Raja is coach for Ashok. So he's asking what is the difference in age between the boy who plays football and whose coach is Mr. Raja. It should be 13 minus 12. So it should be 1. So the option should be 2. Clear? Yes. Now coming to the second set. We have 5 millionaires, Lim, Peters, Yao, Kumar and Cottrell are the 5 owners of 5 paintings, one each by the artist Cezanne, Picasso, Gauguin, Vermeer and Rembrandt. Okay, each millionaire owns one of the above paintings. Okay, the cost of the paintings are in the order 4, it can be either 4, 6, 12, 13 and 21. Okay, all the 5 millionaires bought their respective paintings from one of the following cities. All the 5 millionaires bought their respective paintings from one of the following cities: Reykjavik, London, Delhi, Paris, and Johannesburg. No 2 millionaires bought their painting from the same city or of the same price. So the prices are different. Okay, the cities are different. Okay, and the artists are also different. Now, the following information is known. Neither Mr. Lim nor Mr. Kumar bought their painting from Reykjavik. So it's not Lim and it's not Kumar. They bought their paintings from Paris and Johannesburg, not in any order. So I can say that, okay, the paintings of Lim and Kumar are bought either in Paris or Johannesburg. Okay. So they cannot be bought from anywhere. Now, so these 2 paintings, one of Lim and Kumar, are bought either in Paris or Johannesburg. Clear? Now, Mr. Yao bought the painting by Picasso. Yao bought the painting by Picasso. Okay. So no other will buy the painting from Picasso. By Picasso. Now, Mr. Peters bought the painting worth 12 million USD from Delhi. So Peter bought his painting from Delhi and it costs 12 million. Okay, now let me write these down. 12 million. So we have 4, 6, 12, 13 and 21. Okay, the 2 of the cost of painting bought by Lim and Yao is less than the cost of painting bought by Mr. Kumar. Mr. Kumar does not own the most expensive painting. So Kumar does not own this painting. Okay, the most expensive painting, we'll come to this later. Okay, the most expensive painting is by Gauguin. Okay, this is 21 lakhs. Sorry, 21 USD, 21 million USD, and what's bought from London. Okay, so this is 21. Yes, so I can say, okay, Lim, Peters and Kumar Okay, did not buy this painting. Okay, wait. Otherwise, okay, the painting from London cost 21 million USD and was drawn by Gauguin. Okay, Lim's painting is not bought at London, so that was not drawn by Gauguin. Same, Peter's painting is not bought at London, so it's not made by Gauguin. Same way, Kumar's. So, okay, this painting can only be Cartwright's. Yes, so Cartwright bought his painting at London. Yes, yes, and Yao bought his painting from Reswick. So, no. Okay. The second most expensive painting is by Cezanne and was bought by Johnsburg. So second most, so 13, and bought from Johnsburg. So 13. Now the two of the cost of painting bought by Lim and Yao is less than the cost of the paintings bought by Mr. Kumar. Okay, sorry, we have 4, 6, 12, 13, and 21. Yes, so Kumar cannot be 21. Yes, and Kumar's cannot be 12. Okay, because Peter has bought the painting which costs 12 million USDs, and we are given the painting of Lim plus painting, the cost of paintings of Lim plus Yao is less than the painting bought by Kumar. So I can say that 4 plus 6 is 10, which is less than 13, the only possible. So I can say that the painting bought by Kumar is bought at 13 million USD from Johnsburg. So this will be 13. Kumar has bought the painting which cost 13 million USD from Johnsburg, and Lim bought this painting from Paris. Clear? Yes. Now, okay, Peter bought his worth rupees 12 million USD from Delhi. Yes. So the cost of paintings of Lim plus Yo will be 4 plus 6, not necessarily in this order. It can be 6 plus 4 also. We do not know. Okay. We cannot determine the cost of painting of Lim and Yo. Clear? Yes. Now, did we miss anything about the paintings in any order? Okay. The two cost painting by is more expensive painting. Okay. 13, 21, 6, 4, and 12. Yeah. Now let us look at the questions. Okay, because this table is incomplete. So let us look at the questions. Now, from where did Mr. Yao buy his painting? Yao bought his painting from Railswick. So it should be option 3. Okay. Now, the cost, what are the costs of painting owned by Mr. Lim and Mr. Yo? The order is not important. We know that the cost of Lim and Yo will be 4 and 6. So it should be option 1. Now, who owns the painting by Cezanne? Cezanne painting is 13 lakhs, so it was owned by Kumar. Okay, which of these millionaires is a possible owner of painting by Rembrandt? Rembrandt, either Lim or Peters. Okay, if it is asked possible owner, so the possible owners of the painting made by Rembrandt can be either Lim or Peters. So we have Peters in the option, so it should be Mr. Peters. Now, what is the total cost of painting owned by Mr. Lim, Mr. Yu? Okay, it's not Yu, it's Yao. Okay, and Mr. Quadrat. We know that the costs of the paintings made by drawn by Mr. Lim and Yo will be 4 plus 6 together. Okay, they were 10 million USDs. 10 million plus, okay, the paintings owned by Mr. Cartwright. Mr. Cartwright owned a painting worth 21 million. Okay, so the total cost of all these paintings will be 31 million USD. So it should be option number. Yes, guys, clear.